Welcome in. It is the ATB show. Uncle Duke's live from beautiful downtown Maine. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it's not dropping today. We have one shoe today. Rubber shoes. Doing your taxes? What's happening? He always so deep in thought.
No, I'm sharing with my friends that we're alive.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So, Rubber Shoes in Lowell. I'm in Cow Hampshire. Adam is. He said, It's basketball.
Yeah,
I think
basketball tryouts.
Yeah, I think the girls swim and hoop. I'm pretty sure it was basketball. He said. He's on assignment and Tyler's on assignment. So you're stuck with the three of us. We appreciate you joining us. ATBshow.com. Go push play, watch the stuff, comment, like, share, and above and beyond that, all the other links are there if you go to ATBshow.com. So we really appreciate you guys joining us. Lots to get to. Mother Dukes, Amy is pissed, which I would be too if I was losing to me in fantasy football. I love that I opened up against the champ, and I think I figured it out, right? Yeah. I got smoked in my neighborhood league, and I did okay here. And we're gonna get into it a little bit more, I think, but we're learning, is what I was about to say to you, Uncle Duke. So like we're figuring it out as we go. Last year we did the draft live, terrible. This year we did no draft. It was auto pick. You were allowed to make changes after the fact. So Amy, she's like Alex Cora storming out of the dugout. Is she holding up her hand and saying that she's fighting the final score on this one?
She's like, what's happening? I don't understand the point. The point of fantasy football is for you to, draft the players that you want to succeed, and then you talk, shit and whatever. And she's like, why would you auto draft? Why would you do that? Now I don't even know or care who the hell's on my team, and I have no one to root for. I don't really care. If
I knew and cared. I got Brady after bitching about Brady, and I traded him immediately. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I said, well, you can make some trades. You can,
and I still won.
She's like, and she's like, well, you and I can't trade because then we're in cahoots. And I'm like, no,
nope.
Fine. We can
wide
trade.
open. Wide open.
Go for it.
Yep.
But
love the pillow talk trades. I'm here for it. Can't wait to see what happens.
Does not want next year. She does not want auto pick. She's like, that defeats the friggin' purpose. It's stupid. No auto pick. That's okay. So I got the brunt of all this, by the way. Like, this was my decision.
I love it.
The whole thing was on me, and I'm like, I'm over here drinking. Okay, I don't fucking not sponsored yet, but I just smile and nod. I don't know what's happening anymore.
All right. So it's been heard. So I, out of fear for my own life and Scotty's, we're probably they always anytime a law goes into effect, right? We're gonna call it Amy's Law. So Amy's Law is going to be that we have to actually draft. I appreciate that. So now we have to be better about when we're going to do it, and I guess we'll just make sure that we'll figure it out. We have a whole year to figure it out. We will figure it out. We're learning as we go. Yeah. Rubber Shoes, is Mother Shoes pissed about the auto pick?
Oh yeah,
I love it. Oh my God, I love this.
I don't think Tyler or Mother Shoes even looked at their team.
Okay.
Is that why I won on Sunday? I beat Stephanie.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know.
I said to her, well, that's why she hasn't responded to my trade request.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Come on.
I had to tell Tyler that one of his players was on IR this morning.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, actually. Here's what we're doing, because we've done this to some extent with the neighborhood draft. We just had, for the first time ever, we decided rather than trying to be at somebody's house, and then COVID hit, so we were doing it all digital. Last year it was a mixed bag. We went to, Coach K, Rubber Shoes, and I think Scotty might have met him in passing at some point. Kevin has a restaurant in the Merrimack Valley. We'll give him a plug. It's 42 Park in Andover. Phenomenal spot, and he gave us the back room. Which is really funny because Kevin's Aiden's godfather, so I'm like, you got to tell all your friends that your godfather owns an Italian restaurant. Like, just tell the world, right? Like, yeah. So we're in this back room, gorgeous huge back room, and staff coming and going, bringing out meat, like all the stuff. It was amazeballs, and we should just do that. This should be our excuse to get us all together, right? And God willing, we'll figure it out. We'll triangulate a location that makes sense for Adam to head north as well with Jess, and we'll figure out a spot where we can all go. And if
Because the three of us we're like within an hour of each other.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get him and Adam. I mean, Adam's in Connecticut, so maybe it doesn't work. But even if Adam just knows we're doing it on this whatever, and we'll just figure out like a Saturday or Sunday afternoon leading up. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
So,
and here's the other thing too.
I don't know how
I'm always,
everyone else.
Go ahead.
Oh, good. Oh, the Labor Day weekend, we don't. The Corey family doesn't do anything. We're available.
All right, so I
any day
appreciate that.
weekend.
And my mindset was I don't want to step on people's weekends. My wife is already fascinated, write it down, fascinated that we do our draft in person on Labor Day. We've just historically done that. And for the most part, like there's been some weddings and some honeymoons and stuff over the years because we're like 27 years in now with the neighborhood. So I appreciate that. Yeah, we're I mean, at that point, I mean, by this time next year, we might be getting back from dropping somebody off at school. But other than that, in the grand scheme of things, we'll figure it out. And I've always wanted to make it as perilously close to the start of the season. So cuts are made, injuries are determined, people are suspended. They shot themselves in the leg. Somebody else shot them in the leg. Talking to you, Washington. Right? Yeah. So, yeah. We're failing forward. Tell Amy I say hello. She probably wants to punch me in the throat. That's fine. I love her too. And we'll do it differently next year. And mother shoes. Never mind mother shoes. Mother shoes, little shoes. Everybody's mad.
The blame is it's not on anybody except for me. For some reason, this is definitely my fault. I mean, I survived
couldn't
2 bouts
agree
of
more.
COVID, but I'm not going to survive my wife being upset about fantasy football.
Couldn't agree
It's
more.
insane.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, well, we covered that little thing. We can talk about scores later, but let's get into it. Where are we heading first? We got all the things to talk about. We are, by the way, Cameron and I will be checking in from Funway Park. I'm going to call it Funway Park. I'm trying to convince myself.
Someone hit up on Facebook that they're not mad.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Let's see who it is.
Is that maybe that Mother Dukes? Or was it Mother Shoes?
Let's see. Comment. Oh, what the hell? Corey Smith said, I'm not mad.
Oh, Corey said he's not. Good to know.
Thanks, Corey.
Not involved and not upset.
No, I was going to say,
Yeah.
is he on the thing?
Well, there
I
it
don't think
is.
he's on the thing.
Yeah. Well, there's our South Carolina contingent. Thank you for the ratings in South Kakalaka, everybody.
Go Gamecocks.
Yeah, go Gamecocks. Oh yeah, so I'm talking to him over the weekend. He's like talking about how, from a proximity standpoint, how close they are to Clemson. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And he goes, next time BC's down here, I'll get the tickets. I'm like, dude, that's the saltiest conversation in America for me right now. Like I think I said 5 to 7, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping for 5 to 7 at this point, but
So
that went horribly wrong.
It's funny because you started like, where do you want to start with? I didn't even want to bring up BC. I was like,
it's
after the first two.
it's terrible.
I mean, I'd love to. We could talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's worse in at South Bend than it is at the Heights.
Well, the expectations are higher in South Bend, and I
Notre
completely
Dame was
appreciate
ranked
that. But
number 5 to start the season.
yeah, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time here because there's nothing to talk about. Hi, Coach Halfley. There's nothing to talk about. I mean, it's just he's in his 3rd year, and I'm still excited. And a miracle could happen, and we could go 8-2. Anyway, he's in his 3rd year, and he is twice divorced from the AD that hired him. And I think that's the story that's not being told right now, because nobody's talking about BC football because we deserve to not be discussed. But that's really what people aren't really understanding. Because and honestly, outside of myself, nobody really cares, and I appreciate that. But if you're not really paying attention, this is his 3rd AD.
That's crazy.
So the kid that hired him is in UCLA, right? And then Patrick Kraft just went to Penn State. And now we've got the guy from
I hope
Miami.
someone else cares because I include BC football in my updates.
Yeah, and me and my cats appreciate that. We're very excited about it. I'm at a point now. I'm truly going out of love, and you guys know the connection to my family and all that stuff is my parents' first date. I'll never stop going. I'm going to keep throwing money at season tickets for BC football because I'm an idiot. I would just like to go and enjoy a game or be traveling as we were this weekend and be in my hotel watching a game that doesn't make me want to jump out of a hotel window, which, by the way, don't open for obvious reasons.
Went to Virginia Tech this weekend?
No. We were traveling for his final school visits.
Oh, okay.
He had two more prospect days this past weekend. It's just it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So that I mean, Appalachian State took out somebody. Appalachian State took out Texas A&M.
Yeah, and they almost beat North UNC the week before.
Notre Dame fell. Some interesting developments in college football for sure.
Alabama won by a point.
Super annoyed by that rubbish shoes. I'm so pissed Alabama won.
Yeah. If Texas' starting quarterback doesn't get hurt, I think they win that game.
Yep.
A. B, the friggin' safety that should have been a safety, they called roughing the friggin' quarterback on that one.
Sure.
That was absolutely ridiculous. Cost them 2 points. Yeah, it was earlier in the game, but that would have won the game if the score had stayed where it was. Yeah, that game was nuts, man. It was a crazy, crazy, crazy Saturday. It really was. It was a crazy Sunday. Like, you think about a lot of like the teams that in the NFL that should have, easily won. Like, people had like Denver being like locked in on Monday night. They lost to Seattle and Geno Smith. You know what I mean? The freaking Titans. The Titans ended up in a freaking tie? Is that what it was? I think, or they lost or something.
Colts,
Colts Giants, right?
Colts ended in a tie.
Yep. And the Giants beat the Titans.
And since we've jumped to that, how has the competition committee not figured out that the tie is the dumbest? The tie is dumber than auto pick drafts for fantasy football. There, I'm out of the doghouse, Amy. Yeah, 1,000%. Like, how are we finishing a professional sport with a tie? Figure it out.
And she actually chimed in on that too. She was like, it's just ending? I'm like, yeah, they just tie. She's like, that's stupid. I'm like,
it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, really, what's 15 more minutes of football? You know what I mean? Like, make it happen.
Maybe they should go to field goal kicks like NHL does shootouts.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. And honestly, something to just get rid of the tie. The tie is so stupid.
It's ridiculous.
They so many things are getting agreed upon and changed and reimagined in the competition committee. And they're just like this elephant in the corner of the room. Like, no, we're going to stick with that. We're going to hold on to that like black and white television. Like, what are we doing with that? That is the dumbest shit. It's just stupid. It's so stupid. We are off the rails. Let's talk about everyone's favorite cookie. I'm just kidding. What are we doing? What are we talking about? We're all over the place. All over the place.
Everyone's favorite cookie.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? I don't know. You guys will love this. This is I'm like the homeless Oliver Twist. So when I have 1,000 meetings in a row, which today was back to back to back to back, I literally I found this. Maybe I've showed you guys this. Hold on. I'm moving the micro. Oh shit! I almost. Remember I said I got a prop for you? I almost just knocked off the desk. Well, you always have your big brown bottle, right? You've always got something floating around, and you're doing Stella today. So this, Nathan gave me this for Christmas last year. So I use it to hold up the books on the bookshelf across the way. This is from that same group that makes there's a great Netflix special about this bourbon factory where like one employee in particular started stealing it. And I can't think of the name of the bourbon, but this is one of the side brands and it's still very popular. It's called Eagle Rare. Have you heard of this?
I have not, no.
Yeah, so Nathan got me that. So the one thing I'm realizing now though, and I have the shades drawn right now, but like it's sitting in the sunlight, so I'm probably not doing it any favors by keeping it out. But I don't think it's gotten worse. But you'll notice the bow is still on it and she's unopened because I'm at a place of business I would never drink.
Right.
Anyway, so before I let me put that on the floor. This is a mess. What are we doing tonight? So I was going to show you. Look at this thing I found on the Amazons.
Oh my God.
Look at, dude, I have a huge head. Look at that thing. So I literally I go down the hallway.
That's amazing.
I get out of our, they have all these coolers all over the building with the hot water and the cold water. I fill this. This is real life in America right now. I fill this with hot water. I come back and I steep my ramen in this thing. It's ceramic. And it sits on my desk. And then I take like a scoop of noodles in between meetings. So, just so my wife knows, I'm not ordering sushi into the office every 5 minutes.
Right.
It's every 7 minutes. Anyway, I'm done now.
Instead, it's pure sodium.
I'm done now with the show and tell. I apologize.
It's pure sodium.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's the ratings crashing. Anyway, go ahead, Rubber Shoes. What are we talking
from
about?
1
Get
to
us back
0?
on track. Get us back on track. From 1 to 0.
We got two right now. We got two on.
Yeah.
Corey's
Cruising.
watching.
Cruising.
Yeah, one of them's me.
Yeah, exactly. Corey's watching. Corey's on.
Yeah.
He's holding strong.
What does Corey wants to talk about?
Well,
Clemson
let's just blow over the Red Sox since it's.
Oh, well, hold it. Cameron and I are headed down to Funway Park on Sunday. Haven't checked the weather. Hoping it's okay.
It's going to be beautiful. I'm headed to the Big E on Saturday.
This is. I love that you have the topic that lets us skate away from the Red Sox as quickly as possible because we're about to. Yeah, I'm glad the weather's going to be good because I honestly don't know. He's so funny. One of the things with Cameron, and again, some of this is a magic trick because you never know, even at the age of 16, because he's still with his boyish charm. Am I going to use my blue eyes, my red hair, my diabetes, my autism? Like, what card will I play today to decide I'm going to be a pain in the ass? So I don't know what's going to keep us at Fenway. It won't be the box score. I don't know if he's going to be like, this is terrible, let's go, or we're staying until overtime, right? Like, watch it go 38 innings with my luck. Anyway, I am happy that the weather's going to be good. And I'm hoping that he's willing to stay until it gets out of hand, which could be right after the game starts. And then we'll just head north and get some fried rice at the Temple of Boom and then go home.
Against one of the worst teams in the league.
Hang on.
Jesus.
No. Yeah. No, Billy, they still suck. I just checked.
They're better than Kansas City.
Oh, do you have a crisp $30 bill you would like to lay on that statement?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they are
what-
the standing.
Look at the standings there. And if we didn't have to play the AL East so many frickin' times.
Oh, if we didn't have to play the division we've been born into. Yeah, play your schedule, Barbara.
Kansas
Anyway.
City plays their schedule, and they still have a worse record than us.
All right, so before we start talking about you and fried food, phenomenal topic. How much are you going to put on that statement? You're saying the Red Sox are going to win?
Yep.
Okay. What do I owe you? What are we doing for a gentleman's bet? Is it a handshake? Is it a hug? Is it a reach around? Is it a $30 bill?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
They don't make $30 bills, at least in Massachusetts.
You live in the wrong part of the country. Anyway, what do we got?
How about the loser pays for dinner at Kowloon?
I love all of this.
This is fantastic.
I love all of this.
This is the Sunday game or the Saturday game?
The one he's going to.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Okay.
So what, are you going to meet me after the game?
Maybe the better against,
No. We'll plan a day.
A future event. Oh, I love
Yes.
this. Is turning into a date. I love this. Man crushing all over you. I love all of this. Yes. Excellent. All right. Amen, sister. All about it.
If I can grab Mother Shoes to go with me, and you can grab Janina, we could make it a double date, possibly. We'll see. But that's
Well, now you're ruining
from
the
my
whole
side.
plan,
If
but
I
sure,
lose,
all
that's
right,
what I'm throwing out there.
It was good until you added the wives, but yeah, sure, they can go. Yeah, they can wait in the car. No, it's going to be great.
It
It's going
could
to be
just
great.
be the bro night. I don't care.
No,
But,
1,000%. I would love to meet you there and bring the wives because then Janina can navigate and I can Mai Tai.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome. All right. That's on the line. Are we Vegas or is it up and down, straight up? Win or loss?
That game? For that game?
I was just going off a straight up.
Straight up. Let's do straight up. I like it. No complications. Okay. I'd love all of this.
We don't have to worry about ties in baseball.
Yep. And you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do as I leave early when we're already losing? I'll go make sure the restaurant's still working.
Okay.
Cameron and I will do some. We'll do a scouting report. Saugus wings are good. Mai Tais are good. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got to make sure. So Tyler's was working at the Saugus Lowe's today and tomorrow. I got to
Mother
make
of
sure he
God.
picks something up on the way back tomorrow.
1,000%. Got to pick up those Saugus wings.
Yeah.
Yes. Those would end wars. They would end wars. All right. Big E. Let's start with the Big E.
Let's just so they're.
Oh, God.
Where's my phone?
What is happening?
There it is. I think they have 62 wins right now. So they have to win 11 to get your 83. Oh, no.
No, 21.
21.
Holy shit. Yeah.
They're not. It's not happening.
No.
I was tarred
Scotty?
and feathered in the town square for saying 83, and I'm going to be wrong in the right direction.
69.
69. Okay. So it was, okay. So 14.
I think that's what it was.
14. Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah, I think I'm way high for the Patriots too.
What were the calls on the Pats?
I said 7 wins. So I think I might be higher than
I'm still sticking with my 11. I'm not changing anything.
I think Adam went 12-5.
No.
1,000%. Let me check the liner notes. Yeah, he reached out, and I swear to God, he said, "Hang on."
No, that was Scotty that had the
I was 11 and 6.
I'm telling you right now,
hey, well, here's the thing. You freaking got. I wanted to get into this too, by the way. So a couple of things. First of all, I watched the show last week. All right. First of all, you guys gave your picks, and you gave no reason of why you're making your picks. Like they're just gonna suck.
I did.
Okay.
I said I went with the 7 because I thought they were gonna beat the Jets twice.
That's not but why are they going to be so bad? That's why I put a small paragraph together because it was a text and I guess some kind of analysis of the struggles that they're going to have. Outside, I know everyone's been talking about the play calling and I get that. I mean, first of all, it wasn't as
Scotty,
bad as
they're not here for the analysis. They're here for the noodles. Nobody's here for our professional analysis. Keep going though, by all means.
It's not professional. I mean, it's just It's professional dumbasses. But it's still fun.
I appreciate that. It's they're going 8-9 and not making the playoffs. So
that's what you said.
So do I need to walk through the schedule and explain why I think they get there?
I don't know. I'm not saying by per game, but just why. What's other than if it's a straight gut feeling? Okay, it's a straight gut feeling if that's the case. But if you looked at the schedule and walked through it and then thought about each team and where things stand, I mean, that'd be I'm just curious about why.
Well, that's how I did. I went through game by game, and that's how I came up with my pick. I didn't just say, I didn't just throw out a number. But actually, so some of the teams that I thought they were going to lose to didn't look very good on Sunday as well. So it's
right.
I mean, but New England didn't look good. So one of the teams that I thought they were gonna lose to was so I have them going 0-4 to start the season.
Wow.
Yeah, you had mentioned last week, yeah.
Adam did text me 12-5. He said 12-5. So now he thinks they're going 12-3 after.
Green Bay
12-4.
Good, so that Green Bay game, although it's in Green Bay, that one Green Bay did not look very good.
No.
And Pittsburgh did
Aaron Rodgers' haircut and everything. He did not look good. No. He's gonna miss Devontae, man. He's gonna miss Devontae.
Oh yeah.
Leaps and bounds. There's no question.
That's not great.
And I mean, at Baltimore, the second half they looked great, but they were first half they completely shit the bed.
Yeah.
Against the Jets. And the thing is, and I don't know, let me hear your opinions on this. People were just ripping Belichick after the game Sunday because he came out and said that the game was actually pretty even. And he just thought there was a couple of plays that, didn't work out, but overall the game was even. And if you watch the game, which I'm sure we all did, I actually agreed with him. If you looked at, there were literally, I think, 4 fumbles that either bounced out of bounds or just didn't bounce the Pats' way.
Well, yeah, and the scoop and score.
Yep. I'm thinking of 4 fumbles that we forced, that the Pats forced.
I'm sorry. Okay.
They had opportunities as well.
Yep.
And then if the other thing is too, if in my opinion, if I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden, if number 21, Adrian, the safety.
Oh my God.
If he doesn't get hurt on that third down play right before the half, right? All of us, because then the clock has to stop. So he gets hurt, and then the next play, they go for it. Obviously, they get the touchdown. Past Jalen Mills, who's all sorts of piles of garbage right now.
Yeah, what is happening with him? Right,
terrible. Him and Miles Bryant are just. They need to figure something out with those two because it's not working out right now.
Adrian Phillips.
Thank you, Phillips.
I looked it up because I was losing my mind. I'm like, what is happening right now?
But there were a lot of things like that because the defense. I don't think the defense played poorly. The offense just really didn't give them much of a chance because of, they couldn't move the ball. It also stopped running the football. I thought they came out, they ran the ball really well.
Yep.
To start the game, drove down the field, the missed pass interference call that led to the interception. And then, but then they stopped running the ball. They stopped running the ball to Damian Harris in particular. Like, it was just driving me freaking nuts. It's week 1. There's going to be headaches.
That's what happens when you have a buffoon calling the plays.
So, yeah.
Do we know who it is? Are we sure that it's?
Oh, it's definitely Patricia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that being said, and what you said, Scotty, I appreciate.
He was holding the menu up to his face the most.
The opening drive with the clear shoulder pad hold that turned into the pick, that going another way, which honestly, should have just been a touchdown. If he was getting guarded, yes, but he still would have made the catch because he's that talented. So that would be 7-0. And I'm not trying to Monday morning quarterback this. We always struggle in Miami. Not a great excuse, but a truth, right? Like, even Brady struggled down there. Are we 3-13 against them now? In the last
in
some
Miami,
ridiculous record against them. Like, they just have our number right now. And then above and beyond that, I think the disjunctiveness of the play calling, even if it is Patricia, I don't know why that makes sense. I just don't know why we think that makes sense. And I don't, like, I'm going to stay on the fact that I'm so super annoyed that they didn't do whatever it took to get Bill to leave Alabama and come home and play with us. Like, that should have been done. Because Joe Judge is like, the quarterback coach, okay. And everybody talks about, well, Mac had, 38 offensive coordinators, and his whole time while he was at Alabama, there was a lot of movement with the people that he was reporting to. Well, I completely appreciate that. But the person he just reported to, where it went the best most recently, was O'Brien. Why wouldn't you make that a package deal and have him move with him, right? And Joe Judge is and yeah.
Does it cost money?
No, I know, but like, okay. But then you've got an owner who's saying we better win a playoff game. And it's like we're sort of right back to but nobody's saying it. We're right back to Parcells 37 years ago. You want me to cook the meal, but you don't let me buy the groceries. Well, no. We're trying to have a meal that the palate of New England is used to, right? And they're lifting the cover off the platter. And we're like, oh, it's like a cold grilled cheese. And we're all expecting steak tartare, right? Like, so go fucking buy the steak. I don't know. That's fascinating to me, and how long this is going to go on. And I fear, because he doesn't deserve to have it happen, that Bill could be executed at the end of this. Like, they're going to blame it on him in the end. Like, oh, we just need a fresh face.
Well,
we need the talent that we used to have, because everybody could say, well, it was a lot of nuts and bolts around a great quarterback. And I agree with that. He hit a lot of warts. We know that now. All right, then we need better looking people around our growing quarterback. Mac could be good. He'll never be Brady. Let's stop having that conversation. But go get some fucking talent. Let's go get some talent. We don't have any players.
That is all Bill. It's all Bill. He brings the players in. He drafts the players. Mm-hmm. He brings the coaches in. It's all him. If it doesn't work, it's all on him. He makes all the decisions.
Yeah, he's the GM. You're right. I know. I'm just, fuck. It's so aggravating. Like, how do we, like, and again, I'm going to go back to the 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. We're in the famine, but we can abbreviate this. This doesn't have to be as long and as painful as it looks like it's going to be right now. Because now you're running into where before you had people that would come play here and take the pay cut to be part of the party. And now it's just like, oh, well, it's Foxborough. It's out to Boston. Boston's racist and they suck. And I heard the coach is an asshole. And they don't spend a lot of money. And it's cold there, right? Like I just said, 8 bullet points and they're all terrible.
No, they did spend money. They spent $90 million last year on players.
Does it? Okay, I appreciate that. And you're right. And it doesn't feel like that. And they're not working with people's thoughts. Nobody's having a clear-minded conversation in the parking lot. And I know we don't matter. We're just paying for parking and tickets. But it's how the fan base feels. And all I care about is the 3-hour experience on Sunday. Yeah. So tell me all you want about the rest of the week. It sucks on Sunday for 3 hours right now.
That was 2 years ago they dropped all that money, right? When they signed Judon, John O. Smith, Hunter Henry. So that was 2 years ago. So last year, this offseason, they didn't spend as much. I agree with the frustration of, not having like a legitimate offensive coordinator. Let me ask you this question, though. Is Bill Belichick the greatest coach of all time?
Yeah.
Bill?
I don't.
I'm going to fucking walk out of this.
He's going to go with Todd Bowles.
No,
Todd Bowles!
I just how so are we seeing that it was like I think early in the 2000s it was more Belichick, but I think the rest of the way it was more Brady.
It's a yes or no question. He's the coach. It doesn't like he's still the coach. He's still the head coach. If so, let me ask you this: so whichever coach you're putting above him, whether it's Dungy or whatever, I don't know who the hell you're putting above,
No.
but they
Ted
had great
Marchibroda.
players, right? If it's Bill Walsh, he had Joe Montana. Okay. If it's Chuck Noll, he had Terry Bradshaw and this freaking ridiculous amount of players on the Pittsburgh, the Iron Curtain or whatever,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Steel Curtain.
They all Landry, same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
But
they all had great
that's why
teams.
when I look at it, I think Belichick's the greatest head coach of all time. Greatest GM of all time? God, no. That's a whole different subject. The greatest head coach. So even though and this may just sound like fanboy and with total blinders on, but if he's still here, and Bill I trust. And that's the kind of like what I'm looking at right now. And if it doesn't work out, shame on me for feeling that way and looking at that. But the guy's had, a ton of success, with Tom, and he's had some decent success without him. Not exactly, obviously, yeah. Again, no one's Brady. No one's going to be Brady, but he's had success without him. To give him the benefit of the doubt, I don't think is a terrible thing here. But I know I'm in the minority.
I don't.
I can see Timmy's face.
No,
How
dude,
much
no.
success does
All
he
of
have
that
without
anger
him?
was in defense of him. Like I'm in Bill we trust, 1,000%, absolutely. I just said to you, my fear is he's going to get the axe because of all this, and I appreciate what Rubbish Shoes said because he is responsible about who's on the sideline holding clipboards and who's in the pads. I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't think he's walking around and has. Do you think he drafted Mac Jones? Physically, yes. Physically, yes. But
Yes,
but
1,000%.
you don't think that was more Kraft than him?
No, I definitely think that was him. He's been looking for a successor for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He knew Cam wasn't, the long-term solution, even though they brought him back for the second year there, but then Mac beat him out for the job. I mean, he's been looking. You think about all the quarterbacks that he's drafted that, he's really liked. How long did and not all of them have worked out, right? But like Ryan Mallett lasted a really long time on this team.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They loved him. Obviously Jimmy G. By the way, everyone hates on Jimmy G. Dude's friggin' led the 49ers to a Super Bowl, almost won it.
Oh,
and
so there's some of my point though, Dukes. Like he didn't want to get rid of him, but he did because upstairs told him to get rid of him. So he's not completely in charge of the entire conversation.
No,
and I'm not saying that Kraft said don't write this big fat check to get Bill O'Brien to leave, and I'm not stuck on Bill O'Brien, but I'm stuck on an expert in the role.
Yeah,
like at any functional company, when you have a department and you have somebody that is neat, there's a seat that's open. Well, we're gonna have a few people work on that. Companies are doing that today, and it's horrible.
So
or you get the right person for the seat.
But so you think like Maddie, Patricia, and Judge went in there and they just sold him. We can do this. This is what we're doing. And they sold him on they are the best fit for the offense coordinator position. Is that something that like?
I think it was very clear that they were courting Bill O'Brien and it didn't work. And this was their contingency plan, which is terrible.
No, I don't think
because they're both unproven in that role.
I think they wanted Bill O'Brien to come in and help teach the offense. They were never going to offer him the position because it was going to cost them money. Patricia and Judge are free for the Patriots because they're still being paid by the teams that they were head coaches for. That is why they are in the positions they are, because Bill doesn't have to pay them.
Well, then here we are for the next 5 years or whatever.
A few years ago, it came out that the way that the coaching staff is paid is Belichick gets a lump sum of money, and he has that money to spend on himself and his whole coaching staff. So the less money he spreads out to other people, the more money he gets.
But you think he's self-serving? You think he's greedy?
Yeah,
Really?
If
That man has made so much money. You really think that he would rather be greedy financially than get another ring? I totally disagree with that, Billy. No way. Legacy to me is more important for that man
he
than
has
it is.
his sons on the team. He has his friends' sons on the team.
I'm not. I didn't say
Everyone
there's
around
I
him.
didn't say anything about nepotism. I didn't say anything about that. I didn't say that. I'm saying that if you're saying that he's greedy, he's spending more money on himself and keeping that cash instead of going out and getting like legit talent on the coaching staff and paying them. I don't see that, because to me, his legacy and his ego of winning another championship to me means more to him than money at this point, because he's made hand over fist. I don't think he needs more.
Yeah, I think he has plenty of money, but he's doing it on the cheap this year, that's for sure.
And he's done it before. He's done these things before.
Yeah.
He's done on the cheap. He's promoted. I mean, you look at McDaniels and others, he's promoted within before. And he does keep things in-house like quite a bit, right?
And he doesn't give people the position. Like, so Bill O'Brien wasn't the offensive coordinator one year. He was something else. So we didn't give them the title because that if you become the OC, and that's the same on the defense. So there's no defensive coordinator because that title comes with a price tag. So by not naming an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, he saves money by keeping, so Gerard Mayo's the linebackers coach and Stephen Belichick is the defensive line coach or whatever he is. They are lesser roles title wise that they don't, because it's kind of like when you sign a veteran minimum, like in basketball, there's like every position has a minimum wage that they have to earn by being called that. So they keep them below it so they don't have to. And sometimes I'm pretty sure that Josh McDaniels was the same way. He wasn't OC one year. He was something below, and he made him earn it. And that could be the same with Mayo and his kid. He's making them earn to be that, which is fine. I can understand that. But it also is you're paying someone less by keeping them down there.
They technically don't have an OC and a DC, and to your point, because that's like getting first round money, top 10 money.
Yeah. And I don't think he is cheap, but for some reason he has done this for a lot of years. He has done that for some reason. Well, maybe he'll have a tell-all book when he finally retires, and we'll finally find out why he does some of the things he does. But I tell you what, it's almost like he's the Godfather, because people leave and nothing is leaked out. So he is able to keep the secrets in-house somehow. Because how nothing has come out about the Malcolm Butler thing is amazing. Like nothing. You haven't found out either side of that. Malcolm Butler won't say anything, and something happened, but nothing has come out. It's amazing.
You're holding on to that one pretty tight, though.
Yeah.
Still hold on to that one pretty tight. I don't know. I don't see him as like this. I don't know. It's this greedy guy that's sitting there, or and I'd love to look at specifics around some of the finances, obviously, because I could also see him saying, the money needs to be on the field. So if he's not paying them that specific amount, instead of it going to him, maybe he's funneling it back onto the field somehow. Whether it's
maybe he has more, trainers, more of the lower level coaches. By not spending the money on the bigger piece, he's able to spread out and have more coaches that way. We don't know. We may never know.
Yeah.
But I really think that I was about to say about 10 minutes ago, and I got a little off track here. Have you guys heard the rumblings about Kendrick Bourne?
He's been benched, but no one is coming out reason why he was benched.
So
I mean, he made the one big play in the game, but then that was like he was supposed to stay on the field. He came out, or I don't know what the hell happened there.
So the rumors from all the reporters around the team is that when they had so this offense they've implemented is the San Francisco offense, and that when they were first
can we get Debo? Sorry,
in the wide receiver. Well, in the wide,
Debo.
so he feels like he's supposed to be in the Debo position on this offense, and in the beginning stages of them implementing this offense, he was in the wide receivers room, and he was just telling, it was like, I just came from this offense. He was telling them, like, that's not how they do it. And the coaches didn't like him telling them that's not the way it's supposed to be. And then Matt Patricia found out that he was saying this, and he's in Matt Patricia's doghouse now.
So who said it was San Francisco's offense?
It's a Shanahan offense. That's what this is based off of.
How do we know
zone rushing? I've been listening to the sports talk all summer long, and that's they've been telling that from the from all the summer camp. That's what they're doing. The zone rushing. It's all off of the Shanahan tree.
Interesting. Okay.
So he said that's not how San Francisco did it. It pissed off the coaches, and he's in the doghouse now.
Because there is no Debo, there's no Samuel in this squad.
No.
You know what I mean? And
no athlete the same as him, but if you have someone like you have that role still, that
we had Patterson. He was the closest, honestly, if we're comparing them, right?
No, but that was the Josh McDaniels offense.
No, I know, but like that kind of an athlete, and he's not Debo, but he's more of that out of the backfield and can have that kind of versatility. You know what? Like, we're either complaining about the confetti at the parades or we're having this conversation, and we're so blessed to have 4 friggin' teams, and let's add the PLL team, let's add the Revolution. We just drove across the country, obviously, and Chicago has all the sports. I'm not talking about them, but just parts of the country that don't have anything. And I suppose if you grew up in that part of the country that doesn't have anything, you're focused on like one thing. And if you're in the farmland, it's like you're a college football team and that's it. So we're lucky to have all these things to complain about. I'm just so annoyed that they do have a smattering of talent. There's a lot of talented people, and they look that bad. And yes, it is week 1, and yes, it's Miami and all this stuff, but we got to cure the Miami thing. Like that's so annoying to me that it's almost a fait accompli that we're going to go down there and just lose.
And Tua didn't look good at all.
No. To Scotty's point and to Coach's point, it was a couple. I mean, it was a couple of plays go a different way, and it's more of a ball game. If you saw the final score, you're like, we got crushed, but it wasn't.
Yeah, Miles Bryant doesn't tip that errant pass. Devin McCourty has an interception.
Yep.
I mean, Bryant's just trying to make a play on the ball, but McCourty's right there, and he's like, okay.
Yep.
Pretty much the reason they won that is kind of Tyreek Hill. I mean, he stole that one,
off of
catch.
Jack Jones.
Unreal.
Yeah. I thought Jones had that pick, man. That was really incredible. I despise.
I didn't see Tyreek Hill is that type of player that he actually cared that much that he would actually fight for a ball. Yeah. And I was kind of taken back with that. I was like, wow, I really didn't think Tyreek would be that type of player, and he proved me wrong. I was like, well,
So with this week's game, you guys heard about TJ Watt.
Yeah,
he doesn't have surgery, but he's going to be out for a couple of 6 weeks or something. I think something like that, like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
because of his.
Pittsburgh had a bunch of injuries. Najee Harris was hurt, but he is supposed to be fine to play this weekend. But Trubisky looked
down, and Trubisky's so bad, dude. He's so bad. He's just he's not. I don't know.
At no point did if they were playing a halfway decent team, they would have lost, no problem. It was like
Well, they play in the
Trubisky.
Bengals.
I'm like, how long is it? Oh yeah, that's right. I
That's
mean,
like-
if Burrow didn't throw 4 picks,
5 through 5. Didn't he throw 5?
I
That was 5.
that was
I'm gonna look that up. It was freaking bad. That was so
Yeah.
bad. That was really, really, really bad.
And that's 1 o'clock, and it's not Heinz Stadium anymore. There's now some stupid, I don't know, some really bad name. It's not Heinz Stadium anymore. They're at Heinz though, right? That's at
yes.
Pittsburgh, right? 1
Yes.
o'clock.
Pittsburgh's home.
I don't know what it's called. It used to be Heinz Field, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it's like a Sensia or something. I don't know,
yeah,
something
yeah.
stupid as shit.
Yeah,
How
it's
does
in.
Heinz have that
It's
go?
called. I can't even fucking pronounce it. Acraz. I need another beer.
Yeah, that's the
Acrisure-
problem. You can't pronounce it.
Acrisure Stadium.
Terrible,
Sure.
terrible.
I have
Should
no
be the ketchup bottle forever,
Yeah,
right?
it's just terrible. That's a freaking awful name. Why would
Well,
you name?
speaking of sponsors, like John Hancock's not going to be the sponsor of the Boston Marathon anymore.
Yeah, I was talking to Janine
And they're
about
pulling
that.
from the Fenway too.
What's that?
They're pulling from Fenway.
Really?
You know that big John Hancock that's been there
Really?
forever. That's
Wow.
going to be gone after the season. Yeah. Peace.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Wow.
That's going to be a big change. But
Yeah, that's a lot of money getting pulled back. I appreciate like budgets changing and the world we live in, but that's I thought the marathon was a big deal. And Janina's company does all the stuff for the marathon. And I feel like she told me who was coming next, or maybe they don't, or maybe they know, but they don't know because they don't tell. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see who takes that. But the John Hancock out in center field is like iconic.
right?
It's like the sick
Yeah.
kid. If you looked up and saw Sunoco, you'd be like, "We gotta move. What's happening? what is going on? This isn't
It's like
Kenmore
an
Square
alternate
anymore.
universe.
What's happening?
Yeah.
What's
It's an
happening?
alternate
Irving. Yeah, terrible.
So predictions. So what do we got for predictions? I know Billy's got a loss. We all know that for Sunday. But what do you got for a score?
'Did you?
17-10 Pittsburgh. Hopefully Najee Harris has 2 touchdowns.
Oh, all right.
Here comes the fantasy football bias. I don't judge you for that, by the way. That's perfectly acceptable. Absolutely.
What do you got,
Tell
Scott?
me what you're thinking. Oh, sorry. You want me to go?
Sure.
All right. I'm actually going to go 24-10 Pats.
Oh, I like that.
Yep, 24-10 Pats. I mean, honestly, I love the way our defense played this past week. I really do, and I think their offense will figure it out. So,
All right, I'm gonna break up the party here. I'm gonna go. This is so rando, but I'm just doing it. Just came to me
Tie.
in vision.
We'll go
21-19 Patriots.
Oh, good one.
Well, I said 8 and 9. They got to win some games, Scotty. They got to win
It's a
some
push.
games.
It's a
You sure?
push.
You
then.
sure you don't want to
And
make
then-
it 22-19?
Nope. They don't get the
Next
grace of
2 points
22.
spread.
They don't get the grace of 22. Flutie's having his hair done. Leave him alone. Every time Janina sees him, she's like, "Oh, the hair. Oh yeah."
Oh, I know.
She's convinced. She's
You're
convinced.
old. Just let it go
Am I
gray.
missing
Jesus.
something? Have I not seen?
Oh,
Flutie
oh
in a while?
no, not that. No, he's got shades of gray in there. It's not so much that. It's
Got a bad die.
yeah, it's like yeah. Well, he sometimes in the wrong lighting. I love you, Doug. By the way, if you're listening, sometimes in the wrong lighting, he looks like Rick Springfield's drug-riddled girlfriend. It's just there's just it's not. He's got some bad shots. He's got some bad angles, and this is me saying this. But yeah, I just wish he would dial the hair in. It's a little razzmatazz. For 79 years old, he's in great shape. And if you ever catch, like, because there's always stuff on Instagram, right? Because they're always posting him and Lori and Dougie Jr. are always posting from the house. And even after they moved from Mass down to Florida, because they're down in Florida full time now, even the inside shots of that house, Janina's like, this just, I feel like they call their realtor and they say, find us as much indoor brass railing as you can. Yeah, like his hair is commensurate with the household. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like a time warp. Like you want to turn and see Marty in his vest, like, hey, Doc, get me. Like it's crazy. It's all Back to the Future. It's just, and it's almost like Poke High, Al Bundy, right? Think about when Flutie finished college. It's like he's stuck in that 84 Cotton Bowl, right? So I don't know, but said with love. So I'm going to go 21-19. Pats pull it out and instill some hope. Some hope. Because we got to figure something out. And they got to get 8 wins so I can be right. Are we talking about fried Oreos? Are we talking about fried Oreos? Scotty, do you do fairs? So the wife and I do not partake.
Not a fan. My ex and I used to go down to
Topsfield?
Topsfield, yeah. Topsfield, because she was a big fan, because she's from Chelsea. So she used to go down, whatever, and partake and stuff. I never was a big fan. We did Rochester when I was a kid. I hated it then.
And Scotty, don't forget all the years at the radio station with Corey and Duke and everybody. The Deerfield Fair. Junior got another Deerfield Fair. Now, my biggest problem is always the traffic.
Yes.
Like the Deerfield Fair, the cars are backed up to New York City. It's just ridiculous. I don't know if we don't get it. We don't do it. So
that's why I go to the Big
If you could
E,
deliver me, if I could arrive in the middle of the fair like Padre Pio and get a fried Oreo and then leave again, like Star Trek, I'd be all about it. It's the getting past the humanity to the fried food. I will not fight that battle. I will not die on that hill.
Big E? What is Big E?
It's in
Western Mass, baby.
So it's in a city, so you don't have. It's not fairground. So if there's a rainstorm, you're not walking in mud.
Yep.
It's actually all paved. It's on, and they have a lot that's inside convention centers, and it's a city, so they actually have roads that can accept traffic. So it's not. I mean, if you hit it at the wrong time, it's definitely bad. But Topsfield, Deerfield, all those country fairs is like one road in, one road out, and it's horrible. So that's why I don't go to those. This one, it's a little further drive for me, but it probably takes me about the same amount of time if I were to go to the other ones.
And as Rubber Shoes lead nutritionist, I can assure you, he's locked and loaded on the keto. He will be out of ketosis as soon as they park the car. Because and keep an eye on the Rubbergram. Because he's going to be dropping food porn after food porn of fried Oreos. There's a honey dip donut. There's a honey dip donut burger. And
so Scotty, the first thing we do, we go straight to the. So they have there's like 5 buildings. 5. How many states in New England? 6.
6. 5. Yes, ma'am. 6.
3.
Still 6. Still 6. Keep going.
There's a Vermont building, New Hampshire building, Maine building, Massachusetts building, Rhode Island building. So we go straight to the Maine building.
He left out.
We get our main.
Adam will be pissed.
Main baked potato with the works.
A baked potato.
Yep, that's where we start. We start with the baked potato from Maine every year.
Nice.
You do the tour, the circuit. Okay, keep going.
What's that?
You get more than one thing from every state, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, we usually don't.
There's a lot of activity on the Instagram, Rubber Shoes.
Oh yeah, we hit so the buildings have the main baked potato is the one thing we get from the building. What is
the game changer that you drive to the Big E, and what does this potato do for you that you're not getting it like Texas Roadhouse?
We start off there. I don't know. It's not like
just to get a good starchy base,
holy grail or anything like that.
Get all the grease going.
Always go there. The line is always long. Right, we get there right when it opens. Probably the best thing I've had so far is the deep fried whoopie pie.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Sounds great.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna lie.
I've yet to have something top that. The Crazy Burger is good. So the Crazy Burger is the bacon cheeseburger between 2 glazed donuts. It's very good. The first year when I went to go try it, I wasn't sold on it until I tried it. It's the sweet with the salt of the bacon, and it works. It works.
All right. I'm going to a different type of Big E, I guess, this weekend. It's our wedding anniversary. 6 years, my wife and I.
Encore.
On Saturday, encore.
No, Uncle Dukes is going to go push some money into the wall and watch it disappear. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're going to do some gambling. get some food and enjoy ourselves. So
does Mother Dukes gamble?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you holding her drink? What's happening? I'm dying. What's the dynamic when we get to Encore? What's happening? Like valet parking, and you separate.
Oh yeah, we don't stay together. We don't stay together. Typically, we will probably a little bit since we haven't been to this casino before. But when we go to Mohegan, yeah, we drop our stuff up at the hotel and we're gone. You're on that casino. I'm on this casino. We're doing our thing, and then we'll get together. Every once in a great while.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll probably happen here. We'll just kind of just depart.
Have you been yet?
I have not. No, this is the first time.
Yeah, Uncle Chad's a big fan. Uncle Isaiah is a big fan.
Been to Oxford a few times. It's a nice, cute little small, the casino up in Maine.
Yeah.
But then we were talking about doing that, and I'm like, because we were going to do Mohegan, but we couldn't get someone to watch Ava overnight. Basically. And it's not worth a day drive. Mohegan's too far.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, you know what? We haven't tried Encore, so we've decided that we're going to go that route. So Ava has her first soccer game at 8:30 in the morning, and then she has her ballet lesson practice thing, and then as soon as that's done, we're gone. So
awesome.
It's gonna be good times.
What do you like? Because I don't understand poker, pinochle, gin rummy. I don't get any of it. So I will go to the roulette table. Everyone write this down. You're going to be shocked. Black 22 all day. Last time we were yeah, I know. Everybody shocked.
Go red 22.
No, 22 is black.
Rune is closer to red than black.
22 is black though. Like there's no red 22. There's
you
just
can't do that.
yeah. There's only one.
See, I don't do those games.
He's main. I don't do those. I'm just mainlining a deep fried Oreo potato. Leave me alone. Stop judging me.
The sweet of the donuts.
I think I made a bet on roulette once. I lost all my. It was only like a $20 bet. I put it all on one, lost once. I'm like, wow, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's
at least $20 in the slot machine will last a little longer.
It's totally rando. And the last time I did it, truthfully did it, we were at an event for KW in Vegas 5-6 years ago, and I'm like, all right, so I had like $100. I turned it into like $220, and I walked away. And I was like, oh, keep going. I'm like, nope.
Oh,
I made a little bit of money. I am walking away, and but it's just super simple. Put your chip on the thing, spin the wheel, whatever. People that sit and play poker and all the other stuff. No. I'm happy to stand behind Chad.
I'm too intimidated.
But I'm not.
I'm afraid I don't know all the rules of everything. Like I'm gonna screw something up.
Yeah, that's why I do roulette.
That was so my uncle Brian, who Timmy knows.
Yes, sir.
We were at for my brother's bachelor party. We were down at Foxwoods, I believe it was.
Foxy lady. Means keep going.
And he's playing blackjack, and the lady that was sitting next to him was getting so pissed because if you're really into it, there's you're not supposed to hit if it's above a number, and he would have 20. He'd be like, hit. And the lady's like, that's supposed to be my card. And oh my God. He was doing it just to mess with her.
Oh, sure.
It was a riot. She ended up getting up and leaving.
I like blackjack. I've played Hold'em. I like Hold'em. But mostly I play slots. You know what I mean? We have phone with slots. And, you know what I mean? They're simple. You can bop around. Typically, actually, depending on some of the spots that you go to in some casinos, you can get drinks pretty fast playing slots. So, that's what I usually end up doing. But a lot of the stuff Mohegan now with Hold'em and stuff, they're this all in this creepy ass friggin' back room. I don't go in there. I'm all set. I went in there the last time I went down to Mohegan. I don't know, it was 6-8 months ago or whatever it was.
Yep.
And I went in there and I just got this really funky vibe. And something's trying to break into my house. It's a 4-year-old. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Oh, is she going to make her picks? I love all of this. Excellent.
Yeah, come here. You want to go on the show? Come here.
Ava picked the Pirates. Steelers. Ava picked the Steelers.
I'll tell you, Mother Dukes is strategic. She comes to get you at 6 on the nose.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Go get your phone. Go get your phone.
Sounds like.
So Ava, if you were going to play roulette, would you bet on red or black?
Red.
Red, okay. And what number would you bet on if you were going to just pick a number? Pick a number 1 to 100.
4.
4? All right.
Yeah.
Is 4 red? That's what you're going to bet on, Dad.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's amazing. All right.
Who's going to win?
Your entire
the
college
Sunday,
education is going to be lost on one spin.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Who's going to win the Sunday? Is it the Steelers or Patriots?
Patriots.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, she's like, I want to live here tonight, so I'm going to say Patriots. Yes. I want dinosaur chicken nuggets in about an hour. I'm going to say Patriots. Awesome. All right, well, Ava's here. That means one thing. We're wrapping it up, so we're going to get out of your face. Thank you for enjoying the show. I'm assuming that was presumptive that I said enjoy the show. Thanks for checking us out, atbshow.com, and our dear friends at AAA Work Trucks for supporting the Rubber Shoes Wrap Up and Rant every morning of the week on the Instatubes. And above and beyond that, atbshow.com for all the links. Please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Tell Rubber Shoes how much you love his blue, dreamy eyes. We'll see you next week. We should have Tyler back. We got to get Dugan on the show. Apparently, Corey's available. We got to get him on the show. And then we absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, have to get Alex on the show soon, too. And hopefully Adam will join us. See you, Ava. Say bye one more time.